Well, hello everyone. David Cook, D'Franco Painting and Wallpaper, and of course our sticky business bees out there. So it's the honey that we give away to our great customers with reviews and just going through, just giving stuff away. So it's been a really blessing for us. So I just got done doing hive inspections, and if I had someone else, I'd do it, have the camera there, but I didn't. So you can kind of see the activity, all the little white spots, those are all the bees. So what is it, June 4th, June 3rd, something like that. So we are actually doing really good this year. All of them have 2 brood boxes. All of them have 2 honey supers, and we have 2 Italians and 2 buckwheat, buckfast honeybees this year. So far they have been unbelievably great. We'll get hit in the yard literally as we're mowing the lawn. If we mow in this direction, when they're flying, they'll actually hit us. But I haven't gotten stung yet this year, which for June, this late in June, or this time of June, that's actually pretty good, because normally I've gotten stung a couple times already. But these guys are exceptionally calm. Normally we use this smokers, and we'll it's a little canister, and you fill it with like pine needles and pine cones just to get something. So basically it's a smoldering fire, and the smoke will kind of chase them away from you. It confuses their sense, so when they sting you, they have this gland or do something and it sends out like an alert. So it's a pheromone, so the smoke covers a pheromone. So far, like I said, I haven't even used the smoke this year. They've been so calm, and for being that stacked high, it's pretty unusual. They didn't get more aggressive. But it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon also, so most of them are out and about foraging. So we actually did our first treatment for mites. We don't have a lot of them, but there's enough that I want to get a hold of them. And a mite is basically, it's kind of like a flea for bees, except it's very fatal. They get right behind the neck of the bee, and they attach there, and they'll bite. And then inside the beehive themselves, they lay their eggs in the same little honeybee cells as the bee larvae are in. But the mite larvae actually eat the bee larvae at a certain point. So it's very catastrophic to bees. That's one of the things that's catastrophic for bees. So if the mites get too much or too overpopulated in a hive, the bees will just leave the hive and they'll just abandon it. So far, 4 hives, they're all doing exceptionally well. We added another boxes today. The top boxes, sorry, my finger, I'm looking at my finger, not the camera. So the top boxes in all 4 are actually full. I could actually harvest that honey now if I wanted to, because they're all full of, almost all of it's capped. So we added another box on each one. So that was 2 weeks ago that I put the top box on. So if that's the pattern, they were full already. Next weekend, weather permitting, I'll go back in there, and if that second box I put on, if it's half to 3/4, I'm going to add another box on there, so that way they got free reign and they can just pump away at filling up with bees, or with honey. So that's our bee update for the year. So far so good. Italians and buckfast. Last year, if you've watched any of our stuff, we had Russians. Them Russian bees were awful. We actually had to kill one of the hives. Actually, the blue one on the bottom, that was the one we had to kill. Because they were so aggressive. We'd be at our back porch sitting over here, and literally from our back window, they'd be boom, boom. You'd hear them, that sound getting against the glass as you're breathing through the screen. So we requeened 3 of them. With the new queen, we found the old queen, killed it, and put a new queen in there, and actually it did really well. We got a lot of honey for the year, but the one hive, it just was too aggressive, and I don't know why the one hive was so aggressive, but it was. Requeening it, I don't think it would have been an option, but they were so aggressive, I didn't want to wait the 2 to 3 weeks to kind of get some kind of cycle going with that. The other ones, as long as you didn't really mess with them, they left you alone. That one, they were just aggressive as soon as you got near the hive. So neighbors are getting stung, people coming over are getting stung, I got stung, my wife got stung. It wasn't pretty. But this year it's been great. Flowers are great this year. Vegetables are great this year. Our apple tree is doing amazing. First time we've had that many apples on it, but it's also the first time we haven't had a late frost. So a little bit of everything between pruning and, I don't know, we've been learning a little bit more about how to do it right. So hopefully with the bees doing the same thing. Got questions about the bees or how you get some of our honey, love to help. We're in Elgin, Illinois, as you may or may not know. So we got plenty of honey. We still have some left over from last year, actually. Love to be able to set you up with some raw, unfiltered, organic honey. If you got any questions, let me know. Otherwise, you guys have a great day. God bless.